This bull run is not different than any other bull run. The Bitcoin bull run that we're in right now is behaving as expected. Hello guys, my name's Colin and this is Colin Talks Crypto. The bull run is going crazy right now, and I want to answer a question that I seem to get a lot. People will say that this bull run from 2017 till now is different than other bull runs. How could we have predicted things like the coronavirus economic impacts? How could we have predicted things like Michael Saylor of MicroStrategies investing like over $1 billion into Bitcoin? How could we have predicted Elon Musk getting interested in promoting Bitcoin? How could we have predicted the March stock market and Bitcoin and every other asset crash? How could we be so sure that the bull run is going to even happen the way it's going to happen in light of these factors that make it seemingly different than every other bull run? And I want to answer that for you in the best way I can here. And I start off with a premise with Bitcoin and with cryptocurrency. And this is like the vital piece of information that makes the entire answer that I'm going to give you possible. If this fact wasn't true, then everything I'm going to tell you wouldn't be true. That fact is that the technology of what Bitcoin introduces to mankind is truly, not just in theory, it is truly revolutionary. It is truly disruptive and innovative technology that has never before been seen on this planet anywhere in its history. And because of that fundamental truth that underlies the entirety of the crypto space, that's how I'm able to answer that this bull run is not different than any other bull run. The Bitcoin bull run that we're in right now is behaving as expected. And there will be irrational exuberances upward, and there will be depressions downward. There will be volatility on the way up, and that is part of the game. But the overall direction, if you zoom out to 11 years of the price chart for Bitcoin and you do a logarithmic chart, the direction is very, very clear. It is heading up. So why do I say that this year isn't any different than any other year? Well, if you take into account that factor, that datum that I just told you, that Bitcoin is disruptive. It is unlike any other economic technology that mankind has ever seen since his beginnings as the earliest caveman. This is why I attribute Bitcoin to being on a level similar to the first invention of the wheel, the first invention of fire, of electricity, of the first car or horse and buggy, and the first email and the internet itself. This is why Bitcoin is on that level. And once you see that fundamental truth, and I'm not just trying to like speak this as some kind of preach with gospel, like I really feel this on a true technological fundamental level. And that's why I think it's so important to understand what Bitcoin is doing from a technical level, because when you understand what it's doing, it is math. It is not belief, it is not faith, it is math. And that is like the secret weapon that Bitcoin is. It basically incentivizes the greed of man, which has been its downfall ever since man first roamed this earth. It incentivizes and utilizes the greed of man to secure a blockchain. It's almost like the more greedy man is, the more secure the blockchain is. And that's what miners are doing, and that's what the block reward is doing. It's really an ingenious invention from so many different levels. So I'm going to go back again. Why is this bull run from 2017 to 2020 no different than any other bull run? Because it is expected to engulf the monetary systems of the earth. It is expected that it will grow on an ever increasing geometric proportions, engulfing and sucking in like some kind of giant black hole of money. It is expected to do that in the way that all disruptive technologies do. So for that reason, while I couldn't necessarily predict Elon Musk or Michael Saylor or the March crash or coronavirus, I don't need to, because it's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. If you step in too close, yeah, you can get caught up in the volatility. But if you step back and you look at the grand scheme of things and you keep in mind that basic truth of what does Bitcoin truly bring to the table, and if you truly understand the technology and the innovation behind this disruptive technology, you will then understand why it's irrelevant. Because Bitcoin will continue to grow. And because it will continue to grow means that by definition, it must reach into a greater and greater sector of society. It must reach its fingers further and further, its tentacles further and further into the depths of the planet and the different economies and the different governments and the different peoples worldwide. So I don't see any of these factors like the crashes or the Elon Musks or the Michael Saylors or the PayPals or the Squares that are jumping on board into the Bitcoin space. I don't see it even as important. This might sound crazy, but I don't see it as important to even differentiate these factors. Like next bull run, it might be Warren Buffett who's jumping on board, or maybe Bill Gates will put some money into it, or maybe Donald Trump will start buying into it. And it doesn't matter, because due to the geometric progression of Bitcoin's engulfment of the planetary monetary supply, it's going to happen by definition. So to me, it sounds crazy when people like want a reason for how could these things be happening and we never could have seen these things. To me, it's expected. And actually, I don't even get that shocked by it anymore. If you asked me 5 years ago, like, oh, what do you think about Microsoft accepting Bitcoin? I would have been blown out of the water. But now I just expect there to be a greater and greater reach into society, because that is the nature of a truly transformative, disruptive, and innovative technology. I hope you guys are having a great day, and if you wouldn't mind ever so gently tapping that like button, I would appreciate it very much. Have a good one.